What if I told you that everything you think you know about the iPad is about to become obsolete? Not just outdated, irrelevant. Because the device Apple is about to unleash doesn't just push the boundaries of what a tablet can be, it obliterates them. And if the leaks are even half true, the M5 iPad Pro is going to flip the tech world on its head. Now, before we get into the wild specs, render leaks, pricing predictions, and the mysterious features Apple's keeping buried deep inside their Cupertino vault, let me tell you a quick story. A story about the first time I realized Apple wasn't just making tablets anymore. They were building portals into the future. It was late 2022. I was sitting in a cramped airport lounge, editing a 4K video on my M1 iPad Pro. It was fast, responsive, beautiful, but it still felt like something was missing. Like the hardware was saying, I'm ready, but the software, the ecosystem, the vision just hadn't caught up yet. Now, fast forward to today. Whispers from inside Apple's supply chain, leaks from trusted insiders, and even unexpected details hidden in beta code are painting a picture that feels less like an upgrade and more like a revolution. The M5 iPad Pro isn't just going to be powerful. It's going to redefine the category. Let's start with the silicon. The M5 chip. Not M3, not even M4. Apple is skipping generations here, and there's a reason for that. Insiders say the M5 is being built with one goal: complete performance dominance. Think AI-accelerated everything. Neural engines with intelligence far beyond anything the A-series chips have ever delivered. Real-time machine learning that adapts as you create. Whether you're editing in Final Cut Pro, sketching in Procreate, or manipulating 3D objects in real time on a 12-inch touch display. This chip isn't just about speed. It's about unlocking capabilities we've never seen on a mobile device before. I spoke to someone, off the record, who claims to have seen an internal benchmark. The M5 outpaced Apple's M3 MacBook Pro in both GPU and CPU under sustained loads. That's desktop-class muscle in something thinner than your iPhone. And that leads us to the design. Oh boy, leaked CAD drawings and supply chain rumors suggest Apple is giving the iPad Pro its most dramatic redesign in years. Imagine this: a slab of glass barely thicker than a pencil, wrapped in aerospace-grade aluminum, with bezels so thin you'll forget they're even there. And front and center, a next-generation OLED panel that, according to display analysts, will make the iPhone 15 Pro screen look like a toy. We're talking inky blacks that blend seamlessly into the frame, buttery 120 Hz refresh rates, and a brightness range that adapts with such precision. You'll forget where the screen ends and reality begins. Apple isn't just polishing the iPad's look. They're crafting something alien. Something that doesn't just feel futuristic, is the future. But here's where it gets truly mind-bending. According to multiple sources, Apple is working on invisible Face ID. No notch, no punch hole, just an uninterrupted pane of glass. You'll unlock your device simply by looking at it. No visible sensors, no movement. The camera and sensors are embedded under the display, using tech Apple's been perfecting since the iPhone X. Picture it. You wake the iPad, and it unlocks instantly, silently, without a single hint of how it recognized you. That's not just design. That's magic. Now, let's talk input, because Apple knows the iPad Pro isn't just about consuming content anymore. It's about creating it. And this is where the new Magic Keyboard comes in. Leaks point to a redesigned Magic Keyboard with a larger glass trackpad, possibly with haptic feedback, like the one on the MacBook Pros. But more than that, we're hearing rumors of a keyboard that makes the iPad feel like a Mac, not just in appearance, but in workflow. There's even speculation about a dedicated row of function keys, a new hinge system, and an ecosystem that allows instant switching between tablet and laptop mode fluidly, seamlessly, and intelligently. Apple doesn't want you to just use the iPad Pro. They want it to replace your laptop. And it might. Because here's the twist. A leak from a known firmware engineer suggests Apple is preparing to release full desktop-class software for iPad OS. Not just stripped-down apps. We're talking Final Cut Pro that mirrors the Mac version. Logic Pro with full AU plugin support. Maybe even Xcode. You heard that right. The iPad could become a dev machine. But that's still not the end of it. One of the more mysterious leaks floating around claims that the M5 iPad Pro will include spatial computing features, the kind previously reserved for the Apple Vision Pro. Apple is building toward an ecosystem where your iPad becomes the center of your digital world. One leak even hinted at a hybrid mode, where you can use the iPad as a spatial controller when wearing the Vision Pro headset. Imagine sculpting 3D models in the air, dragging files from your iPad into a virtual display hovering in front of you. It sounds ridiculous, but with the M5's rumored performance and Vision Pro integration becoming more of a priority, this might be the first iPad that blurs the line between device and dimension. Now, let's get practical. Pricing? Early reports suggest a price bump, possibly starting at $1,199 for the base 11-inch and pushing $1,599 for the 13-inch OLED model with base storage. That's steep, but if this thing is truly merging laptop, tablet, and spatial computing into one device, it could still be a bargain. Storage options? Likely starting at 256 gigabytes and scaling all the way up to 2 terabytes. But don't be surprised if Apple introduces a new 4 terabytes option for Pro creators. Release date? All signs point to an October reveal, possibly during a dedicated iPad event. And if that happens, pre-orders could go live within days, with devices shipping by early November. So yes, it's close. Closer than most people realize. But here's what I want to leave you with.